All right. We're here.
What's up? It's your boy Heaven Clark,
Wes Clark, the director.
and welcome to the Breakdown. Here we
All
break
right.
down everything down to the purest form, the simplest form where everybody can understand it, whether it is lyrics, whether it's movie situations, movie scenes, today or television. And today we
All right.
have a television series, Power, Raising Canaan, and we're going to be breaking down Jukebox.
Yeah. So, I mean, the character of Jukebox, as we know, was introduced in the original series, Power, and, Kanan's cousin. So, and we all know if you're a fan of the show and you followed the show, we all know how all of that turns out. But,
Right.
the fact of the matter is now that they've bought, I thought it's very interesting and at the same time, a little dangerous to bring this character back because she was already an interesting character, and I believe, a lot of people was interested in that character, and she kind of didn't have a long enough run on the Power
Right.
series. She got taken out pretty. What was it? What she lasted a half a season or maybe a full season?
Yeah, so I don't think she
Yeah,
like
a couple
she,
seasons.
it may have been a season and a half,
Yeah, just
because
had
she
because the
yeah
guy the other cop, right? He when he killed Raina, that was like the end of the season, right? And then it came back
yeah
or something like that. So
yeah
she
that
was
was
still
kind of like
alive.
season 9 or
Right.
season 8 or somewhere in there.
Not
And
season 8. No, they only went seven. They
I
only
mean not
went six
season, it
seasons.
was like it was like episode 8 of
Yeah,
season 5, I believe.
something like that. Yeah,
Because I think Raina died in season 5, and then season 6 was the last season. So
yeah.
I believe she
So
probably
let me see
lasted
here.
a season and a half, but she of course she wasn't in every episode.
It
So
says here, I'm looking up. It says Power 5.1. Let's see. So she was in okay, no, it says here season 3 and season 4. That's what it looks like.
mm,
She was in season 3 episode I got this on lock and
okay,
don't worry baby in my best interest. So she was in one, two, three, four. She was in 6 episodes total.
okay.
Season 3 and season 4 of the original Power series. So that's where Jukebox came in. Um
And people were
yeah,
looking forward to it because they know that they know the actress. They knew that she
yeah.
was going to be in Power, and they were like, man, they were looking forward, to her
Right.
being in there. So then when she
Yeah.
finally made the appearance, because she's a good actress, and a fun fact is she um auditioned for the role of Tasha.
Right.
She
Anika
didn't get
Noni
it.
Rose we talking
Yeah,
about. You
Nika
talking about
Noni
Anika
Rose.
Noni Rose, yeah.
Yeah, but she didn't get it, and then they gave her that role of Jukebox. So you know now with Raising Canaan, it takes them back to when Jukebox was innocent, as you would say. I mean, you
Yeah.
might call her innocent. This is before, and what we're
Mhm.
breaking down is what is going to be the point. What's going to make Jukebox snap and turn
Yeah.
dark, or what have you, and who's going to play a part in it?
Right.
So,
Yeah, who's gonna play a part in this?
so I think the perfect place to start is probably coming up on episode 4, because you know we saw in episode 3, no, it was episode 2 when they introduced the character
Mhm.
Ziza, who
Right.
is a singer that Lou is a Jukebox uncle. Um, Ziza is a singer who Lou found on the street at the red light.
Right.
So um, when Jukebox came into the studio, she was already had a little attitude because she was getting on Lou about studio time, and Lou told her You think if I can get you studio time, don't you think I'd get it for you? And now she walks in, and this new girl is in the studio. So Jukebox already, when she looked at Ziza, she was looking like she already had an attitude. 'Cause she was like, "How did this girl you just met? How did she get studio time? And you just told me that you can't get me studio time, and you're my uncle." So
Yeah.
that already is putting. I'm noticing a pattern that they're starting to build. They're starting to build, some sort of not disdain, but tension and a
Hmm.
wall between Lou and um Jukebox.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder, as the season starts going on, at some point she has to turn. Would they dare make Uncle Lou would Jukebox be the one to take out Uncle Lou? I mean, you never know with power. Families always turning on each other in this
Yeah.
franchise. So because they're building that to stay for a reason. Now, I don't know whether it is to, and I could throw this out there and see what you think. I don't know whether it is to then because Lou and Marvin don't get along that great. Is this a way to then have Marvin, you know, uh, come back and kind of defend Jukebox, because you know Lou. It's when you think about it, it's kind of messed up what Lou did.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if he can't get Jukebox studio time, Jukebox was the voice on the record that they did with Famous, and just because that record didn't blow up, I don't think Jukebox should take the blame for that. But she was on that record. You would think after she was on that record, as well as she sounded, that Lou would be trying to get her studio time. But
Yeah.
you can see what happened. You can see basically why he really didn't get her studio time. You can basically see why because of the episode, the episode that just passed, when he
Yeah.
came to her about when Crown, came to her about changing her look, and Lou said he agrees with Crown.
Right. He said he ain't told her he agrees with her. So now this is interesting because obviously this is a period piece, and back then it definitely wasn't quote unquote cool to be gay, right?
Right.
So
For girls
that
to look
alone,
like tomboys, especially
right? Yeah.
singing. Rapping, it was
Yeah.
okay until about mid
Right.
'90s.
Yeah. If it was
Even
rap,
even
if you was a rapper, you looked. It was okay if you dressed like a boy or
right, that
B
look
girl.
tomboyish or whatever, or B
Yeah.
girl. It was cool
Yeah.
back then. In late '80s, early '90s. It was cool.
Yeah.
LL Cool J made "Round the Way Girl" in the '90s, so it was
Right.
okay, back then. But if you're singing, you want to, as they say, give something for the crowd to look at, for men
Yeah.
to look at. So when he said that, she got really offended,
Yeah.
right? Because
Right
and she
away.
wants to, she feels as though, no, I'm going to be myself. This is who I am. If you don't accept me like this, Lou was telling her, I think you're beautiful. You're beautiful, but you need to show your
Show it.
beauty.
Right. Show your
And
beauty.
and to Jukebox asked, "Oh, you want me to dress like a thought?" She didn't say
Right.
thought, but she's a hoochie,
Yeah.
right? And he
Well,
was
see,
like,
you gotta
"Well,
remember. I mean, they don't. They're all still. She definitely don't understand the music business and how it
right."
is. So
Crown's like,
she's just
"Yeah,
like, yeah.
basically,
Yeah. Crowd's like, yeah, pretty much. You gotta dress up, whatever. You gotta look like something. He don't care. That guy.
yeah,
He,
I got
he's
the
just like,
scumbag." He's a,
but
he is a real record, in the '90s.
oh yeah,
That's
he's
how they
portraying.
all
Yeah, he's
used to act.
definitely portraying. He probably took some pointers from Diddy.
Yeah, right. Did exactly
He's
because that's how they
definitely
all used to act.
right. That's how they are. They were like that, and they always say you got to have a look. You got to have a look. Along with that. So moving with that, we I'm starting to believe that definitely Now we know Raising Cane has already been renewed for another season.
Yep.
Uh, but I believe this is the season that starts to tip her towards the dark side. She won't completely turn dark
Right.
here, but she's going to be on her way. She's the only character right now that pretty much hasn't done nothing like criminal. You know?
Right.
Everyone else has caught a body.
Right.
You know,
She's done petty theft. She's done petty theft.
right.
So
That's
that's the
it.
only.
But yeah, but I
But she
mean
haven't
nothing
like
nothing that's
right.
felony. She ain't
Right.
become a felon.
She ain't
And the
stuck
funny thing is,
nobody.
she probably never will become a felon because remember, she becomes a cop.
Right.
So whatever she does, you can't become a cop if you have a felony on your case,
Hmm.
unless she gets into something and that cop,
Cop
that other
bails her
cop,
out
gets her out of it.
unless she gets arrested or locked
Right.
up or something like that, and then that other cop,
The other
that
cop, because I
her
believe that
mentor,
cop
what
is going
have
to
you.
be a mentor. I believe that cop's going to become her mentor, and looking up a little extra information on the character Jukebox. You know, Jukebox character, she was a kind of like a decorated cop because it says here Jukebox was a veteran member of the National Black Police Association. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So she was kind of a she played a charade. You know what I mean? Like she was like a respected cop, but yet she
Hmm.
was crooked. You
Yeah.
know, so I thought that, you know, she probably does get into some sort of nonsense, and maybe that other cop takes on a mentor thing and kind of like gets her out because obviously they already got something in common. That cop looks at her and sees herself at her age
Hmm.
when you know you have nobody on your side. You know you feel the way you feel. You love the way you love, and you know you still getting ridiculed for it. And because look at the cop, she's pretty much the same way as Jukebox. She dresses like a man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she wears suits and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I believe that's somehow, somewhere that's going to happen. But as far as the next episode, which will be starting in a, well, if you have the Stars app, you could catch it in about 20, 30 minutes,
Right.
a little less than 30 minutes. But otherwise, you can catch it later. But um, I think starting with this episode, we talked about it off the air. I believe that song that she was
Right.
singing
Yeah.
is
You can
yeah,
already see that. You can
you
see
can
that
already
a
see
mile
that.
away.
Well,
You can see it a mile
we
away.
talked about that over a week ago. You know,
Yep.
like right after the episode. That song is that especially because he talked about her look. They're focusing on looks. That song is going to be given to that
To
new
that
girl
girl. Yep.
because she
You can
has the
tell.
look
She
and
has
she
the look.
can sing. She can't sing as good as Jukebox,
Right.
but she can sing at
And
least.
when she was doing that song, you heard Crown say, "This ain't it." You know,
Yeah.
she needs a power song. Like she needs a heavy. And now she got that old no good manager involved, who he's gonna be like,
This
man,
guy's
take the
trying to
song
kick it to
from
rock.
this girl.
Try
Yeah,
try
trying to
to
kick it to
charm
rock.
rock.
He gonna
Rock
go
don't
and
mess
like
with cats like that.
and try to say, man, get that give song from that girl. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
probably not gonna load that that's Lou's niece. And Lou's gonna be like, hey man, you know, you better watch. You talk about my niece, what have you. But I think that Lou, I think that this song is going to be given to that girl, and of course, if you're into power, you already know that the song is on. But the thing is, we said this before the song got on the air.
Yeah, we did.
Before the song got on the internet. So as you may know or may not know, but you're gonna know now. That song, which is called Bruised, it's already on streaming platforms with both versions. There's a
Yep.
version for Jukebox, and then what
Hmm.
they call the remix is
The
from
other actress
Ziza.
is singing.
Yeah, the other actress
Right.
singing, and the one that plays Ziza, she's singing in the remix. So that's letting you know right there that they're gonna probably give this girl the remix because Jukebox pretty much planted her flag in the
Yeah.
sand and saying, I'm not changing my look.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I believe because when you go back to the trailer, there was a part in the trailer where Lou had crowned him up.
Yeah. The
Now,
part of it. We're talking about the series trailer,
yeah, the
the
series
trailer that we
trailer.
saw before the season started, or it's the series. I mean, the season
Right,
trailer. Like it had highlights from throughout the season. And there
right.
is a part where we thought that it was going to be because of the girl, but they've already addressed that. Lou
He's
is pretty
addressed
much,
it, but I'm gonna tell
yeah,
you one thing. Lou didn't do anything, but trust me, it's still in the back of his head. That's gonna be
yeah,
a part of a buildup. Like you
yeah,
smashed my girl, you moved my girl up out of here. I know you was
yeah,
smashing her, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
then but he knows he had to take care. But now this to me, since he's already forgot about that, if long as they can make hit music. But now if he's gonna
This is
and
going
and
to take the
and
cake.
and it can't be that they both agreed to it because
No,
why would he then him up? I believe this dude Crown scumbag is gonna do something behind her back. Keep in
yeah.
mind another thing. Remember he went to see Rock
Mm-hmm.
and he
But he's
said,
trying to
"Oh,
push
if he
Lou out.
finds yeah, remember he said
Yeah.
if he finds out about
He
this,
he's
he'll
yeah,
he'll
he's
kill me."
trying to he knows Rock don't want Lou to be messing around with the music business. So he trying to form an alliance with her
Right.
to get push Lou out. That also could be why Lou him if he finds that out,
Yeah, it could be that
you
too.
know, if he
Could be
finds that
that
out
too.
somehow. But really right now the only way well, Kanan could say that he came there to see Rock because remember
Because
Kanan
Kanan did
and
see him.
Famous was out front. Kanan and Famous
Yep.
was out front when he came. So
Right.
that's two people that witnessed him come there,
And
and he asked
Famous has got
specifically for
loose
Rock.
lips.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he asked for Rock specifically. So
Mm,
yeah, it's very things don't happen for no reason. So
right.
that's definitely they were there for a reason. So that's pretty much probably how Lou is going to find out. But I think however it happens. Now I said she would just hear it. You said you think she's going to hear it on the radio, like they're going to actually record it.
I think she's gonna hear it on the radio. Now I don't know
Yeah.
whether you think she's gonna walk in the studio and see that
I
girl
thought she
singing it?
might have
Because
walked into the
remember she
studio.
kind of did that before when she walked in on the girl at first
Yeah,
and
yeah,
seen it. She kind of gave her this look.
yeah.
So
And right
now when
there,
they
when
walk
that
in and
happened,
watch her
she
singing
kind
it,
of got that look on her face in this picture here. Well, that was she walked in. At that point, I said to myself, I said, this might be her first body. That's what I said.
right?
But
Because
then
she's
I thought
everything
about it.
that she the
Yeah,
stage. You're up
yeah,
here, you dot twerking it up. Up
yeah,
here, looking all that you don't sing nothing as good. You don't sing nowhere near as good as me. But
right.
they're sitting here putting you in front of me because of how you look.
And
So
but when I thought about it a little more, I think really, yeah, obviously killing her really hurts. But I think also what hurts them even more is if she somehow maims her. Like if
like buck fifties or phase or
she
something like
messes
that.
up her quote unquote look, since they've been focusing on the word look, a look, a look.
Right.
Now if she buck 50 her face or set something up and because let's keep in mind juke like I said before, jukebox becomes a cop. You cannot become a cop if you're a felon or anything like that. So if she does anything that she can get in trouble for and get caught doing, we are
Mhm.
that obviously tells you that jukebox probably does crimes and doesn't get caught doing it. And
Right.
then when she becomes
Because
a cop, she
she's
definitely
always
don't get caught.
stealing and never got caught.
Right. So I believe that maybe if she maims the girl, messes her face up or something like that, and then that would be even more of a blow because then that girl has to face the fact and hear from them that they can't use her no more. Once they're gonna show you that she ain't no more use to them
Mm.
if her face get messed up. So, but I believe that this is the tipping point not the full thing, but it's going
I
to
think it's
push her
gonna
down that
start
dark
this
path. Yeah,
episode. I think
I
it
think it
starts
starts this
this
episode.
episode when they give
We
that
know
song. And people gotta remember, you have to keep it in perspective. This is not just any song. I believe if I would have to go back and take a look, but I'm almost positive that this is the song
mhm.
that she put on
She
Nicole's
left the
grave.
tape. Yeah, this is definitely it. She left the tape on the grave
On it.
of the song. She left
And you
that
just tell
there.
by the way she
And
was
I'm
working on
wondering,
it.
what I do want? I wish I could go back. I'll probably go back and watch it even before I watch this episode. Remember, Lou was in there cooking up a beat. I wonder if that's going to end up being the beat that becomes this remix.
Yep, probably.
That might be.
Because it's
Remember, he was
kind of up
cooking up a
tempo.
beat when yeah, he was cooking up a beat when Rock called him or whatever, and he ignored her call because he was cooking.
Yep, that's what it's
I
gonna be.
now I gotta go back and hear that because that might be the beat
Yep.
that ends up, being the remix. Once again, if he has the beat in there, I think the only question right now is, will will Lou take part in this knowingly, knowing
Or
knowing
unknowingly,
how this would hurt? No, I mean,
right?
yeah, knowingly or unknowingly, which one is it gonna
Because
be?
Lou don't know about Nicole.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
no, he
He
does.
don't
He
know.
does.
Yeah, he does, I
I
guess.
mean, he was.
Well, he knows about Nicole because
Yeah,
she
she
came
was
to the
there, but
party
I
and
don't
stuff.
know if he knows that he may think that was just Jukebox friend. I don't
Hmm.
know if Lou knows that Jukebox is gay. I don't know
I
if he
think he
knows
does.
that.
Yeah, no, he definitely knows. I think he definitely knows
Mm.
because of the fallout with her and Marvin. They def I think he definitely knows. I can't see it would be real kind of negligent for him not to know, you know,
Well,
because
Marvin just found
that
out.
no, but what I'm saying is right now. I'm saying now because of that big fallout between her and Marvin, he has
Mhm.
to know why it happened.
Right.
That's what I mean by he may even if he didn't know before, he definitely know now. And he probably knows about Nicole too, because Marvin found all that out at the same time.
Right.
So
I mean, I know he knows
he knows
Nicole is
about it.
dead, so he may not be thinking. Maybe she may end up screaming, telling him, "I wrote that for Nicole." This and another, and then he may say, "Juke, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I had no idea. This meant whatever,
Yeah,
whatever." I'll call him and tell him not to do it or what have you. And
right.
then maybe because this dude wants him out of the music business, he's gonna
Right.
do something with that other dude
Yeah.
that's going to
Yeah.
push Lou out.
Try to push Lou
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
to
He's
cut
definitely
Lou
trying
out
to
of
do
him.
that. He's gonna try to cut Lou out
And
of
then
it.
Lou is gonna body
Um,
him. I believe Lou's
yeah.
gonna body that dude.
Yeah, he already said Lou would kill me if he knew I came here and stuff like that. You gonna trust his sister to not tell him?
Right.
You was a fool for going there in the first place. Now you gonna trust his sister? Yes, yes, they want the same thing
He was
ultimately,
dumb.
but the bottom
He
line
was
is
dumb to go in there.
still his
Yep.
sister.
He was dumb. You know she gonna tell. She thinks Crown's a clown. And she clown.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
thinks Crown is clown. So you know she's gonna
yeah,
say you gotta watch who you trust. You gotta watch who you trust, nigga. Who you in
yeah.
business with? Because your business partner came over me trying to just that. That's gonna probably be the reason that he has him hemmed up.
Maybe,
And I think
probably so.
this. I think they're gonna drag the song to the end of this episode. I
Yeah,
think I think she's gonna walk in on that song
yeah,
at the end of the
yeah.
episode, and you know how
Yeah.
them tears are gonna just start pouring down her
Gonna
face.
start pouring, and she's gonna be
She start
looking,
hyper.
and
She
you're
just
gonna see
hyperventilate. Watch, I
you're
can
gonna
see it right
see
now.
her looking at her in that booth, or either that,
Yep,
or they're gonna. She's already recorded it, and they're all sitting listening to it, vibing to it, and
right.
she's gonna see that too. One of the two she's gonna see, but I think it's gonna be a point where she focuses in on that girl. And now here's the question. The question is again, how does Juke react to this, and who does she react to? Who does she take? If she, let's say, she takes her anger out on someone, the obvious person is the girl.
Yeah,
You know,
I think it's gonna be the girl too,
I think it's gonna be the girl. I mean,
because
doing something to
the
her and
girl is
not
singing
killing
it,
her
right? The girl is singing it, and the song from where
means
she's
nothing to
singing it.
her.
If yeah, this takes on a totally different meaning with Ziza
Yeah,
singing it. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
It means nothing to her. She's just
Right.
saying it.
She said I bruised of a relation because of a relationship,
Right,
and this one's bruised because the love of her life died. I mean,
right.
so it's two totally different meanings. This girl ain't gonna care.
Yes.
It's just another song to her that she's singing. It's a hit.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
jukebox, it means she's bruised emotionally from Nicole's death. So
yeah,
that's a very important thing to keep in mind. It's two
yeah,
different meanings coming from these two girls.
yeah. Exactly. And now here's another question. Uh, who makes the move? Like we said before. Now let's come to a consensus of it. Does we know that Crown is gonna be around? He's somewhere gonna be around this. He's either gonna
Mhm.
make the move by himself, or like you said, you brought up that guy. That guy might be in there with him. Like maybe he'll go. They might be going through something, and then hear
Mhm.
Jukebox's song, because he never heard Jukebox, so he wasn't in the room when Jukebox was
He
singing,
wasn't in
right?
there. He's gonna hear
Right.
that
He
this
gonna
week and
hear
say,
Jukebox.
"That's one for Ziza. Let Ziza put Ziza in there to sing it." And then I think she's gonna go in and sing it. Then Lou's gonna be like, "Wait a minute, take it off and
Yeah.
give Juba his beat."
Right.
So the beat's gonna be off it. It's gonna be
Right.
Lulu's beat, and then the girl is changing the way she sings it. Now it's gonna be more
Yeah.
up tempo.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, Jukebox is gonna be livid.
Yeah. This is
She's
not
gonna be
gonna. This
hurt.
is
That's not gonna end well for Ziza.
this is where she goes from this to this.
Yep, this is where
Pretty much.
I
This is
believe.
where this is the beginnings of this Jukebox that we all know from the Power
Right.
universe, from the Power first series.
So
And
so
this Jukebox was no joke. Like she was never
she
smiling.
had Tommy and Ghost like she crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
so
like, yo,
you
she
know something
crazy,
must
man.
happen. So I'm gonna say that either they're going to drag it to her finding out at the end, or she's gonna find out and at the end she's going to do something to this girl.
Yep.
And that it's gonna
Catch that
she's either
girl. She
maim him
gonna
or she's
follow
gonna
her
catch her
home.
body.
Yep. Yeah. Follow her home. Do something. I just feel like whatever she does, she's going to be very discreet with it, and she's not gonna get caught because
And
we
that and
know that
or
she
that
can't get caught. Or
because this girl is kind of dirty, she may ask for that cop's help to
right.
set this girl up. And that cop's already got her hand, she's already dirty. And that may be how Jukebox, who plants the seed for her to become a dirty cop.
Mm,
Because, this girl's already doing stuff for her, you know, that she ain't supposed to be doing. So
yeah.
it's either gonna happen, and then at the end, Jukebox gonna find her, follow her home maybe, and maim her or whatever she's gonna do to her, and or at the end, I could see I to make it more dramatic because we're only in episode 4. I could see her finding out at the end, and she is one of those actresses. She can bring tears with the best of them. Like she
Yeah.
can drop tears at the drop of a hat. She's a very good actress. Um,
Yeah. Very
and
good young
I could
actress.
see I could see her the way she starts hyperventilating and shaking, tears start coming down. I can see that happening at the end of the episode.
Yeah. I agree. Well, we'll see. We don't have to wait much longer, but to see how. I mean, if you have the Stars app, you'll be able to watch the episode at midnight or a little bit, maybe a minute after midnight. And if you don't, you'll be able to watch it on Stars or
Oh,
whatever
right. So
on Sunday.
y'all let us know down in the comments what y'all think. Do you think this is going to be the start over. How do you think it's going to go down? Do you think Lou is going to do it to Jukebox? Is going to be his call? Think he's going to unknowingly do it? Is she going to blame Lou? Do you think Lou is going to tell Crown not to do it, and then Crown does it behind Lou's back? Just let
That's where I'm
right.
leaning.
Let us know down in the comments. Do you think that
Yeah,
hemming up was about? Why do you think that Lou is? What's the reason that he's hemming up Crown? If he
yeah,
found out, I know he has an idea he was sleeping with Jess, but Jessica said if he finds out we're sleeping together, he'd kill you. So maybe he
mhm,
just thinks he was. He said, "I'm just helping him, man." Maybe he's thinking, maybe he was, but what if he finds out that what if he actually finds out that he was messing with his girl? It's gonna be interesting to see what do you think is gonna happen as far as with Rock. Do you think who do you think is gonna tell Lou that Crown came looking for him? Famous, Kanan, or Rock herself? So let us know down in the comments what you think. And do you think this is the beginning of Jukebox turning into the crazy Jukebox that she is now? And
right.
the director says he thinks she's gonna maim him. I'm saying I think she's gonna body her. So let us know in the comments what do you think is gonna happen? Do you think Jukebox is just gonna maim her face and then give a little evil grin like, yeah, look at you now. You're not so good to look at now.
Yep.
Or now it comes down to your talent. I got the better voice, jerk. You know what I mean? So, or do you think she's gonna be so because of Nicole and all this build up that she has? Do you think she's just gonna say, "Forget it, I'm a body,"
So it's like this: Maimer, bodyer,
right? Make
Maimer,
her body.
bodyer.
So,
Because
what
you
do you
know this
guys
one's
think?
for bodyer.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what this
body.
for doing.
Do you think she's
So
gonna get the main jukebox or the body jukebox? Y'all let us know down in the comments what y'all think. It's gonna be
we'll
fun
talk
to look
about it.
at. We'll
It's gonna
talk
be
about
fun
it
to
next
watch.
week. It's gonna be fun to
Yep.
watch. But signing off, I'm your boy Heaven Clark,
Yep. Yep. The director's over here.
and this has been
And
the
we will
breakdown.
we'll check y'all out, man. Thanks for checking in with the breakdown.
All
Peace.
right, man. Peace.